Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you are watching yet another episode of Lima Shenanigans of 1977. It's Wednesday night, and you know what that means, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for the AEW Dynamite Event Center Wrestling Report. And now here's the man to give you that report, Mr. Eric M. Lima.
Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone, and welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Episode number 1503 of the show. Welcome, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. It's Thursday, June 27, 2024. And you know, the final Thursday of June, as we're going to head into July pretty soon. In fact, this coming Monday will be the 1st of July. So I'm really, really excited about it. So after this is the on the next episode, we'll have the final Network Throwdown Thursday of July. Of June, excuse me, as we head into July. July is one of my favorite months of the summer because you got the fireworks, the Whalen City Festival, and all that good stuff. We're ready to go. I'm totally excited. Don't know about you guys, but I'm really excited. And we still haven't found the release date for the Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection. I did wisely pre-order for it, and I just realized something before we get going. That I have bought 3 British Bulldog t-shirts from 3 different eras. I got a British Bulldog t-shirt with 3 different hairstyles. The one of the British Bulldogs t-shirt had the like a mullet, braided, beaded, beaded hairstyle. That was from the early '90s, and then until he was released from his contract in 1992. Later on, in '92. And then went to WCW for a while, for a year. And then I bought the other British Bulldog shirt, whereas like when his return to '94. And then this British Bulldog shirt is when his heel run from '95 until '97, but then and then in WCW for '98, and then came back in 1999, and until his untimely death. So. Some big WWE news before we get going to talk about what happened on AEW last night, the final AEW Dynamite before Forbidden Door. The Dijak has decided to leave. Now, 2 people are leaving the WWE. Dijak happens to be one of them. He decided not to renew his contract. They decided not to renew his contract, so Dijak is officially leaving the WWE, so best of luck to Dijak. Also, Kayla Braxton is also leaving the WWE. Tomorrow will be her final SmackDown televised interview. So I think she may go into acting, and I think that's what she wanted to do. So that could be one of her main things. I don't know, but best of luck to her. And not only that, though, Rhea Ripley and Buddy Matthews got married. Yay! So all you guys that love Rhea Ripley, sorry. Off the market she goes. Well, Rhea Ripley, a beautiful young lady with a bright future in the WWE. When she comes back, she's going to make Liv Morgan regret the day she ever messed with Judgment Day. So, so there is that. Let's talk about last night, AEW Dynamite. MJF kicks off Dynamite to address the people in Buffalo, New York. And New York is home state. And a native Buffalonian, Daniel Garcia, interrupts Friedman. He apologizes, but then Friedman and Garcia had a little respect for each other until Will Ospreay has decided to show up and issued a challenge to Daniel Garcia. How about this? After Forbidden Door, if I walk out with the world title, I'll give you a shot at it. And they said both titles will be great, and they both shake hands. Seeing MJF is not very pleased that Will Ospreay stole the spotlight from MJF. I think there's a few between Ospreay and MJF down the road. And believe me, that could happen. And Swerve Strickland addresses the situation, and Strickland's says basically he wants to do whatever it takes to remain the AEW World Champion. Trios matchup. Trios matchup involves 3 members of the Blackpool Combat Club. Bryan Danielson joining on commentary in this matchup. And as IWGP World Heavyweight Champ Jon Moxley teaming up with the Ring of Honor Pure Champ Wheeler Yuta, and Claudio Castagnoli to take on Los Ingobernables de Japan. That would be Tatsuya Naito's team, but um, Hiromu Takahashi, Shingo Takagi, and Titan or El Titan was the trio that represent the Lij. And the match was ruled no contest because both teams continued to brawl after the match got so out of control. The referee threw the match out, and then Tetsuya Naito arrived at Buffalo, and then those two teams brawled over the arena, and then Shingo Takagi was basically beating the snot out of Wheeler Yuta, and Brian Danielson decided to stop all that, and they had a confrontation. So, it'll be very interesting to see what happens there. Meanwhile, Owen Hart tournament, Jay White went up against Ray Phoenix, and Jay White ended up winning the matchup. But before that, the referee, Mike Knox, decided to eject everybody from Rick Knox. I think it was Rick Knox, not Mike Knox. Rick Knox ejected everybody from ringside. Smart move, but Jay White did pick up the victory. And then as the Bang Bang Gang was celebrating, the Patriarchy comes out to the ring. The Bang Bang Gang confronts them, and then they were like taunting them and all that. And then the Patriarchy kind of backed down and walked away. Smart move on the Patriarchy's part. Meanwhile, the Young Bucks were kind of talking about, Jack Perry and all that, and they said we're gonna have our own wild card in the Owen Hart tournament. They think that Jack Perry will be the guy. If you put Jack Perry against Jeff Jarrett is going to eat him alive. So I don't know if that's the case. I don't know what the story is. So we'll see what happens there. The Acclaim, speaking of the Young Bucks, or, my good buddy Jordy Scow on his live stream last night did bring up an interesting point. Why do they want to keep calling themselves the Young Bucks? They ain't young no more. They're old. I know. Here's the deal. All right, I'm going to do this in a rap like do this in some kind of a rap like Max Castle would. They will do something like this. The Young Bucks are now old. They look like Grammys. They look like grannies. They should call themselves Big Bucks, but watch out, they'll get whammies. Whatever. It doesn't go well. Anyways, so the Acclaim addressed the Young Bucks how they said they're going to beat them for the tag team titles. The Elite comes out. And looks like Okada knows how to work. No, excuse my language, folks. But it seems like Kazuchika Okada, the Rainmaker, is learning how to say American swear words. In this case, bitch. Why? I don't know. I do apologize for the language. Anyway, so the Elite decided to challenge them to a trios matchup at Forbidden Door. And then I think Billy Gunn, a.k.a. Daddy Ass, decided... I don't think he was medically cleared to compete, but he says, you know what? I too know some people, and in fact, I'm a pretty big deal. In fact, I know a president. He goes, a president? Was it Joe Biden going to come down and fight alongside the Acclaim? That will be a strange situation. Joe Biden wrestling tights? Ugh. Anyways, but it's not the president of the United States of America. No. It's the president of New Japan, who decided to call himself Scissor Ace, and decided to renew his rivalry with the Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada. That's right. The ace of New Japan Pro Wrestling, Hiroshi Tanahashi, will be teaming up with the Acclaimed against the Elite. I'll tell you what, that's going to be a heck of a deal, man. That's going to be a heck of a fight. So, instead of Billy Gunn teaming up with them, is Acclaimed, it looks like Hiroshi Tanahashi. I cannot wait. Renee Paquette interviewed Mark Briscoe, Kyle O'Reilly, and Orange Cassidy, and they are looking forward to the ladder match and all that. And Mark Briscoe's energy seems like to motivate Kyle O'Reilly, which is, I got to get this man's energy or something like that. And Orange Cassidy just being Orange Cassidy. And meanwhile, a trios matchup, ladies and gentlemen, my favorite match of the night, trios matchup, featuring three. Now, out of the 6 ladies in this matchup, 3 are my favorites. On one team, It is the AEW Women's World Champion, Timeless Toni Storm, one of my favorites. Teams up Mariah May, beautiful as she is. Actually, Mariah May is her understudy as well. Will be teaming up with Mariah May's old friend and will be challenger for Toni Storm's AEW Women's World title. The lovely, the gorgeous, sexy Stardom sensation, Mina Shirakawa. That's another favorite of my ladies. On that team, we'll be posing the Outcast, like a new Outcast type team. Saraya, Anna Jay, and another of my favorites, Harley Cameron. But the Toni Storm, Mina Shirakawa, and Mariah May picked up the victory, and as they were about to sell, Mariah May decided to give them champagne glasses. Both they toasted, and then as Toni Storm must have said something to Mina. Mina grabbed the champagne bottle, meant to go crack Toni Storm in the head, but Toni Storm ducked and hit Mariah May in the head, so knocking Mariah May out. It looks like now, I think, with Mariah May probably incapacitated, I think both women are going to go at it like cats and dogs. Sad. But anyways, so there's that. Mercedes Moné addresses Stephanie Vaquer as both the titles of the TBS and the New Japan Strong Championship, Women's Championship, are on the line. Meanwhile, Chris Jericho, Big Bill, and Brian Keith addresses the Forbidden Door, and Samoa Joe, Hook, and Katsuyori Shibata interrupt Jericho. And since Brian Keith was not able to go, they were about to challenge them to a trios matchup. But Minoru Suzuki interrupted things, and Chris Jericho goes, and Suzuki's basically said to Jericho, "I'm not here to fight alongside you. I want to fight against you, and I'm challenging you at Forbidden Door for the FTW title." Jericho, your mouth has got you into trouble one too many times, man. Let me tell you. So Orange Cassidy joins on commentary as Kyle O'Reilly and Zack Sabre Jr. went one-on-one. Zack Sabre Jr. didn't win the matchup. The rest of the Mighty O'Neil and Tomohiro Ishii came out, and Roderick Strong, Matt Taven was checking on Kyle O'Reilly, Gabe Kidd. So Gabe Kidd's got a little jarring matchup with Roderick Strong. And Tomohiro Ishii had decided to side with Orange Cassidy. This Forbidden Door, this is going to be the most insane Forbidden Door ever. Main event time. AEW Women's World Champ. Here we go again. Got the ladies on the mind now. AEW World Heavyweight Champion Swerve Strickland with Prince Nana in his corner, teaming up with the International Champ Will Ospreay against the Gates Vagany, Bishop Khan, Toa Leona. Strickland and Ospreay didn't end up winning the matchup, and Strickland did attack Ospreay after the match and blindsided him, sending a message loud and clear: "You want my title? You have to go through me to do it." Well, that's all the time we have on episode 1503 of Eric Lima Shenanigans 1977. Talking about what happened last night on AEW Dynamite, June 26, 2024. Up next will be the Final Network Throwdown Thursday of June 2024 by Press Your Luck. Returning champ on CBS, and I believe Player 2 is the returning champ on the ABC version. So, thank you very much for tuning in. Until the next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, take us home.
That is all for today's episode. This is your announcer speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E, do it for Bob Saget Productions, and in association with a Raven Bofa Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching today's episode. Tune in next time for another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Goodbye for now.